Got an interesting hand for you guys. Playing three-handed versus a sharp button regular and a small blind recreational. Button opens, recreational calls, and we defend the big blind. I don't mind 3-betting, I don't mind calling. Flop comes ace queen nine two-tone, pretty good for our hand, not for our range. Button c-bets 40%, call, and I think one option here, that's to press call and flop. Turn is very, very nice. Again, not for our range, but good for our hand. I also expect the button to play very straightforwardly, in the sense that if he's got a good hand, he's always going to bet the turn. Maybe he can have occasional pocket aces, right? There's only one combo left. Other than that, if he's got me beat, he's always going to bet the turn. Therefore, a check is extremely good news for our hand. And he does do that. River offsuit 4, check. I decided to go for a small sizing here. 2 reasons. Firstly, I felt like in-game this would look very, very weak to the regular, because if I had a good hand, I would surely want to size up versus the recreational to try and extract value. So I felt like this may induce some bluffs from the button. And also, when you're playing multi-way, a small sizing, if it gets called twice, ends up being pretty decent value, because it's unlikely if you go big that you get called twice, but if you go small, you may get called twice and end up making a similar amount. So I decided to do that. Bet small, button does call. The recreational does a little bit of funky business. Small raise, around 20% pot, gives me 6-1. And the question is, do we go for the, I think, standard call or the gangster re-raise? I'm not worried about the button ever here. The button would always raise a better hand. So the question is if we can go for a thin value raise versus the small blind. I decided that I can here. I ruled out a hand like pocket 4s because I think it would fold the flop. I do block pocket 7s, and if he had a hand like ace 9, he may check raise the flop. So I go for pretty thin shove. Maybe in hindsight I could go for a smaller raise. I didn't think about that at the time, but maybe just re-raising about 40 blinds could be good here to get money from a hand like ace jack, ace 10 that's going for the small raise. Button obviously folds, and these small blind folds. What do you guys think is the best play on the river? Let me know.